Welcome back to our Tampines Hub. You're looking at scenes from the ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League. We've got one more match on One Play Sports to come. It is the Division 1 matchup that you see on the red carpet, the main stage, table number 1, center court. You will see just very shortly the matchup between Safra A and Sun Sports Leisure. So now on screen you'll see in orange the Sun Sports Leisure singles player Daniel Ng, and representing Safra A in red is Teng Yao Liang. And now Daniel Ng will serve to start off the match. Great return, just sending it the other way. Yao Liang. And Daniel Ng returns with one of his own. There you go. Now Daniel Ng gets his first point on the board. That went wide. Daniel Ng now 2. Yao Liang 3. It's been a very busy weekend here at our Tampines Hub. 2 days filled with top-class table tennis action. It's a unique tournament this, the ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League. We have 7 divisions happening all around our Tampines Hub. But our main focus is on the top division, Division 1, the cream of the crop. We've seen the defending champions, Sun Sports Elite, take part. They were in action earlier today when they took on another title contender, the STTP Infinity. Sun Sports Elite won that one 3-2. And now the other team, Sun Sports Leisure, they're hoping to emulate that success. They've already got 2 wins in Division 1. Sun Sports Leisure won just one match yesterday in their 4 series, and today they started out the morning with a win over New Century. Now Yao Liang for Safra A. He's running away with it. He's now got game point. And he does get it. Yao Liang takes the first game in the singles match. A great start to the team in red, who are vying for that Division 1 title. Simple enough conversation between Yao Liang and his teammates. Didn't need much time on the sidelines. He's just loitering around the table, waiting to get going once again. Already a game up. This matchup between Safra A and Sun Sports Leisure, it is a best of 5 series. So following the conclusion of this singles match, we will have 4 more events. Immediately after this, it will be a doubles matchup. Yao Liang losing out on that point, but he will want nothing better than to put Safra A on the board, give his team the advantage ahead of the other events. So measured with his shots. That wasn't one of them. Went with a bit too much power there. Great return. Looked like Daniel Ng wasn't ready for that. He didn't expect it to bounce just in front of him. Yao Liang tried to pull the trigger. Still his serve. And he adds another point. Great return again. Yao Liang opening up a 5-point gap as that serve is retaken. Daniel Ng finding something to cheer about. That was a great point to win. Another great shot down Yao Liang's left. His return went straight into the net. Stray ball has to be cleared first before play can resume. Just put a little too much behind that, Yao Liang. And now it's a game point for that man in red. Overhit that one. Daniel Ng gaining ground. But Yao Liang still has got that game point. And that goes straight into the net, so Yao Liang takes a 2-game lead. He takes the second game, 11-8. And now the third game, Daniel Ng serving. And the first 2 points, it went straight to Yao Liang. Brilliant play. Just so ruthless. But that didn't work out for him. Neither did that. Ng cuts the gap to just 1 point. Poor return. Yao Liang turned his back as soon as the ball was bouncing in front of Daniel Ng. He knew that was going to be a point for his opposition. And Daniel adds another. Yao Liang now holding on to that 2-point lead. That went wide. Daniel disappointed with himself. Can see it clearly on his face. Yao Liang tried to switch direction, wasn't able to do so. There was quite great skill behind that, putting a bit of spin. Daniel staying 2 points behind. And now it's a 1-point game. And it's all square, 9-all. Daniel Ng not about to give up the fight. He's 2 games down in this singles match. But in the third game, it's 9-all. Yao Liang now with match point. And he gets it. So the first match, it goes in favor of Safra A. Yao Liang victorious over Daniel Ng in straight games. Next up will be doubles action. Lucas Tan and Yon Madiono in the colors of Safra A. They will take on Shin Ki and Bevan Tan. The match is underway. Sun Sports taking the first point. By swift reply. Yon Madiono winning the point for Safra. Yon Madiono was involved in yesterday's last match, a singles match against Sun Sports Elite's Isaac Kwek. That was quite an exhilarating contest. Was back and forth, but in the end, Yon Madiono just had it in him to see off the challenge of the young prodigy. But in this matchup, in this series, Yon Madiono turning out for the doubles team. He's partnered by Lucas Tan. They're going point for point. They now lead 4-3. That was a wild one from Yon. Sunspots able to get one back. And now the 2-point lead restored for Safra A. The net got in Sunsports Leisure's way. Great work by Safra A to win that point. They've now extended their lead through 3 points. Yon mistimed his shot, gave away the point. Well done by Lucas, putting in a bit more power behind that, forcing that mistake. And now it is game point for Safra A. And that's it. Safra A, they take the first game in this doubles match. Now Lucas gets us underway in the second game. First point to Sunsports Leisure. The first two now to Sunsports. Great start for Sunsports Leisure. That's 4 points without reply to start off the second game. That's 5 without reply. Great response from the team in orange. They're down a game, but it certainly hasn't looked so in this second game. Team in orange storming to a 6-0 lead, make that 7-0 lead. Sunsports Leisure making quick work of Safra A here in the second game. Safra A finally breaking that streak to get their first point in the second game. And Safra A followed it up with one more point. Great strike from Yon Mariono. Quite a margin to climb, but it's slowly getting there. Safra A. The net disrupting Safra A's plan. It's now 9 points for Sun Sports Leisure. Now game point for the team in orange. They've been utterly dominant in the second game. Shinky for Sun Sports Leisure. That's hit out and wide. Sun Sports Leisure level matters. 1 game each now. And now the third game can start properly. Bevan. Still only 2-2 in the third game. The Shinky with a serve for Sun Sports Leisure. Yon gets it all wrong. Poor one that. For all now. Shinky just used his strength to win the point. Quite pleased with himself there. Now it's Bevan with the serve. Brilliant play from Bevan. Hit it right at the edge of the table. So hard to get. Failed to make contact with the table. Safra A in danger of slipping behind. 4 points behind now. Now lead extended to 5 points. Sunsports Leisure again benefiting from that mistake. It's game point for the team in orange. There you have it. Sunsports Leisure taking the third game. They now lead the doubles match 2-1. Now the 4-man back at table number 1 for the 4th game. First point of this game to Safra A, but it is Sunsports Leisure who are in the lead 2-1. They had lost that first game, but they've stuck to their guns, stuck to the game plan. Now Yon Mariono trying to get Safra A back in the contest. Instead, Sunsports got their first point of the 4th game. The idea was there, but the execution was lacking. Sunsports closing the gap. Is Lucas waiting to receive it for Safra A? Is Lucas. Safra A seeing the lead diminished by the second, but it's been restored now. Just 3 points behind Sunsports Leisure. Not for long, as that 4-point gap is restored for Safra A. Yon Mariono now with the serve. Lucas Tan was a poor return. Shinky. Sunsports Leisure down by 3, 6-9. They're closing in. Sun Sports Leisure 7 now. Just 2 behind Safra A. So Wild One got his angles all wrong. The Sun Sports elite player. There's some last minute discussion between the two partners. Sun Sports have done well to work themselves back into this contest. Just 1 point behind. And they've equaled it 10-all. Deuce. Yo Mariono. And Sun Sports Leisure clinches the advantage. They need 1 more point to win the match. This could be match point for a team in orange. But they're halted in the tracks. Yon pulls it back to level terms, 11-all. Now it's Yon and Lucas ahead. And Safra level matters. They win the 4th game to take it to a 5th. It's 2 games each in this doubles match between Sun Sports Leisure and the team in red on your screen, Safra A. And now the 5th game of this doubles match between Sun Sports Leisure and Safra A. This game to decide the outcome of the doubles match. It's been back and forth between the two teams. Very little separating them. So you see Bevan and Shinky for Sun Sports Leisure. That's hit long by Bevan. Much like the rest of the games, it's been really close between the two sides. Score's now locked at 3-3. Here's Yon Mariono with the serve for Safra A. Shinky just adjusted his body really well, just so he's able to swing his hips and put a bit more power behind that. Work to perfection. And now teams will switch sides after seeing 8 points being played. Yon and Lucas, Safra A. They take another point. They're inching closer to victory in this match. Might to be retaken there. Lucas wasn't ready. Yon made sure to add a bit of swerve there. Looks good. Sun Sports Leisure winning that point. They're now up to 5. Get another point, it's 6. But match point is with Safra A. Perhaps nerves getting the better of the boys in red. It is over. Safra A coming out on top in this doubles match. And what that means for the series, it means that Safra A are leading 2 matches to 0. They're well in the driver's seat in this series.
Welcome to our Japanese house.
The third match of the 5-match series, the singles match. Sun Sports Leisure's Josh Chua taking on Safra A's Muhammad Zaru. And now the singles match will begin. Zaru for Safra A will kick us off. Emphatic start. Smashes it down the line. Zaru possibly inspired, buoyed by his teammates' performance earlier. Yao Liang, involved in the first singles match, was victorious in his And just before this, the doubles action, we saw Lucas Tan and Jan Mariono coming out on top. Great play for Josh Chua. Battle of power between the two. This time, that match, Josh Chua coming out on top. Zaru winning the point, opening up a 2-point lead. Zaru just a little too soft with that touch. Ooh. I guess that's what happens when two powerhouses go at it. Such mistakes bound to happen. Zaru still with a slender lead. 5-4. Didn't work out for him, the power game this time. It's 5-all in this singles action. Saw an opening. Thought of switching direction quickly. He's opting for far too much power, Zaru. It's a great one. Great strike. This time it worked out for him. Had lost out points just before this when he opted for power. Like so, used power, ended up overhitting that ball. Josh Chua restores his 2-point lead. Zaru got extremely lucky with that. He reduces the deficit. Just one behind now. Great rally between the two players, but Joshua just overhits it. All even at 8-all. Left himself far too open, and Josh made him pay. Quick thinking to just guide the ball over to the other side and win the point. The 2-point lead remains for Josh Chua, but he's now got game point. hits it long. Last chance for Josh. And he does make it count. He wins the first game of this singles match. Finally, something going in Sunsports Leisure's way. In the series between the two, it is Safra A who are in the lead, 2-0. Josh all alone there, whereas Zaru has some instructions from the sidelines. And now play will resume with the second game of this singles match. Great work by Josh to just scoop it out and onto the table. Invited Zaru to go for power. The momentum still with Josh Chua, picking up from where he left off in the first game. He had been defending, and when he attacked, he made it count. Overhit that. 5 without reply. But finally a mistake from Josh Chua in this second game, gifting the point to Zaru. He is struggling here in the second game. Things looking up for that man in red. Things again going in Zaru's favor. Perhaps a shift in power. Now Zaru just a point behind. He feels a shift and he intends to make it count. Great defense from Zaru. And in the end, Josh misjudged that flight of the ball. Now Zaru in the lead for the first time in the second game. Opted for power and worked for him. Zaru benefiting from that. Score a 3-point lead. It's a great spectacle to see two players going at it. Fast-paced table tennis. Zaru slightly annoyed at himself. Has been quite a turnaround for him here in the second game. Joshua started the second game leading 5-0. Before a shift in momentum allowed Zaru to go all the way up till now. 10-7. Game point for the Safra A paddler. Just a little too slow to react there. They still got game point. Josh saving one more. Fantastic play between the two. And Josh equals the score. Stand all now in the second. Hit straight into the net. It's advantage to Josh Chua. And Joshua sees off the challenge of Zaru in the second game. Suffered a bit of a scare. Had quite a bad hiccup. But he showed resilience to come out on top in that second game. Joshua now leading this match 2-0. He's sharing a few words with his fellow comrades in orange. He's eager to get back into action. Just one more game, just one more win. And Joshua can put his team on the board in the series. This best of 5, 2 matches already completed. a singles match and a doubles match, both won by Safra A. This singles match, the third of 5. Joshua looking good to finally put his team on the scoreboard. Joshua forced to stretch, had to reach under. Certainly a fan of the power game, this man, Muhammad Zaru. Not afraid to put his back into those shots. And now he surges ahead. A 2-point lead for Muhammad Zaru. That mistake allows Zaru to build on that. 5-2 to the Safra A paddler. Hits it long. A sigh of relief for Josh Chua. Zaru just taking a bit of time to gather himself. Unfortunate there. He had done well to deal with the earlier shots. Now Joshua has leveled matters. 6-all in the third game of this singles matchup. Joshua leading 2-0. And again, Joshua with that swift reply to make it 7-all. Great scoop up, still in play. Fantastic piece of tennis by both sets of players. Zaru able to come away with that point. Simply breathtaking from the two players. Got a little carried away there, Zaru. Went straight for power on his first return. Unable to do it again, Joshua. Had done really well to just stay back and anticipate the movement of the ball and just guide it to the table. Zaru now with game point. A glimmer of hope for Muhammad Zaru. Had been on the back foot for most of this contest. And he wins the point. It's now 2-1 in this matchup. Zaru still behind. But could that be the turning point in this matchup? Zaru listening intently to his coach. Judging from the coach's hand gestures, I'm taking a guess that might be talking about how control and accuracy could be more beneficial to Zaru instead of just opting for that power game. Joshua got off on the wrong foot here in the fourth game. A bad serve. And he lost both those points to Zaru. All square, 2-all. Joshua was looking for that edge of the table. The defense breached in the end. Zaru had done well to deal with the earlier attempts. Unable to get that over the net, Joshua.
If anyone also watches, please come to the reception counter now. Thank you.
And Josh punishes him. Makes it 6-4. Unable to deal with that power. His return went straight into the net. Six all Zaru now. Josh regaining that lead. Nothing much that Zaru could do about that. Was too tempting for Zaru. And he took it. But unfortunate as it went straight into the net. Now a timeout's been called. Josh just having small talk with his teammates. He's got a 3-point lead. It's at 9-6. Looking comfortable. Looks set and well on course for victory here in the singles matchup. But has Zaru received words of wisdom from his coach? Could that spur him on to a great comeback? Went well wide, and now it is match point for Josh Chua. Another poor serve from that man in orange. Not a chance here. Zaru staying alive. Timeout this time called by Josh Chua. Just needs to take a bit of a breather, collect his thoughts, keep a clear mind. Can be quite nerve-wracking when you have that winning point in sight. All about mental strength. Zaru still chasing. Just one behind. And Joshua seals it. He wins this singles match 3-1. And that puts Sun Sports Leisure on the board. They're still behind in the series, but at least they've got one. Safra A leads the series 2-1. We've still got the 4th match coming up next, and it will all end with a singles match to round off the series. Up next in the doubles, we have in orange Kok Yong Jin and Nicholas Koh. They will take on Safra A's Xue Jie and Dan Koh. They see the umpire trying to get the action moving. Just a recap: in red for Safra A, Pang Xue Jie and Dominic Koh. And in the orange, you have Kok Yong Jia and Nicholas Koh for Sun Sports Leisure. And right after this doubles match, it will all end with singles competition. Safra A's Bae Kun Ting taking on Leisure's Yap Heng Kai. And now the doubles action will begin. This is the 4th of 5 matches in the series. Sun Sports Leisure in orange, taking on Safra A in red. Nicholas Koh and Kok Yong Chia turning out for Sun Sports Leisure. They're just edging ahead now, 3-2. But that was completely mistimed. 3-all now. Safra A leading 2-1 in this series. Safra A, only one of two teams who completed yesterday, unbeaten. Saturday's action saw Safra A and STTPI win all 4 of their matchups. The clear front runners in the race for the Division 1 title. See Sun Sports Leisure just trying to get back into this contest. Don't want to slip too much away. Still in with a shout in the first game. It's now 9-5 in favor of Safra A. Now game point for the team in red. They have come out storming. And they win that point. First game to Safra A. That was the fast game. Dominic Koh and Pang Sui Jie sharing a smile. And look at that, the two teams already ready for the start of the second game. Didn't work out for Sun Sports Leisure. This time it did for the team in orange. And they have now opened up a 2-point margin between themselves and their opponents. Back in the lead, Sun Sports Leisure. Pretty pleased with that. The Sun Sports Leisure player. Safra A not afraid to just dish it out. They are 2 points behind. Fortuitous. Sunsports add another point to the tally. But in similar fashion, Safra have pulled one back. Hit his end of the table first before the next. So that's a point to Safra A. It's 8-all now. Overhit that. Nine all. Very much even Stevens. Sunsports leisure now. Trying to work out some tactics among themselves. Oh, and they do get that point. It's one game each in this doubles match. That was closely fought. Really just 2 points in it. Sunsports Leisure prevailed in this one. And the 4 players back at table number 1, ready for the third game of this doubles matchup. Slightly annoyed they hit it straight into the net, but he has to shake it off. Can't afford to dwell on such mistakes. Just gotta get on with it. Now Sunsports Leisure with the serve. Point in favor of Dominic Koh and Pang Shui Che. Five 1 now to the team in red. Sunsports looking for a change of fortunes. They're now behind 8-1. Safra A's dominance stopped for the moment, but they're quick to restore that 7-point gap. 9-2 to Safra A. Was very simple for him, was at the right place. The ball was served to him on a platter. Safra A lost a point there, but they still got game point. That's game. Safra A leading this doubles contest 2-1. See the scoreboard already updated. 2 games to Safra, 1 to Sun Sports. Safra A looking to wrap up the series. Already up 2-1. And now they're up 2-1 in this doubles match. Winning it will seal victory in the series, even though there's still one more match to be played. Right after this doubles match, we will have the 5th and final match, a singles match. Bae Kunting for Safra will take on Yap Heng Kai of Sun Sports Leisure. Just had a bit too much whip and power behind it. For all now in the 4th game of the 4th match. It's far too open and he wasn't going to pass up on that opportunity. Safra A taking the lead. Got the position of his paddle wrong. Couldn't guide it to where he wanted it to go. Same thing happening again for Safra A. Underhit that. Sun Sports Leisure opening up a 3-point gap. But Safra stopped it, pulled one back. Now a 2-point game. Great play from that Safra A player. Saw the space and hit it down the line with accuracy and power. 1 point in it. It's all square at 8-all. Safra A in firm control. Always within touching distance. Always ready to haul themselves back into the contest. But they're behind by a point. Nine all now. Let's take a bit of a break just to wipe the sweat off their faces. And they're back ready for business. Now game point for Sun Sports Leisure. They're out to force a 5th game. And he completely spurned that chance. 10-all. Advantage with Safra A. It's now match point for them. And they seal it. That win means Safra A has sealed victory in the series. They lead 3-1 after 4 matches. Still one more match to go. But the win already in the bag for Safra A.
This year, there will be a prize presentation after the tournament, so please do not go. For the prize presentation. Thank you very much.
You see Yap Heng Kai heading into the arena for Sun Sports Leisure.
There will be a prize presentation after the
Chance for him to salvage some pride for his team. And in red, Bae Kun Ting.
Thank you very much.
Bae Kun Ting and Yap Heng Kai just warming up. This will be the final match of the day. We've had such a wonderful tournament so far here at our Tampines hub. So much exciting table tennis action. And remember, if you want to find out who's won the various divisions, stay tuned to the stream, because right after this we will have the prize presentation. You would want to stick around and find out which team actually got their hands on that coveted Division 1 trophy. Safra A definitely in with a shout. They've been one of the most consistent teams as their Bae Kunting gets us underway. Hankai serving for Sunsports. That's a wild one from Kunting.
Welcome to our Tampines hub. This weekend, don't forget to check out the qualifying rounds of the excellent over at Town Square and join us too in celebrating the 20th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants over at Arena at OTH. See Bikini Bottom come to life. Join our party.
Kunting slowly opening up a gap. He's now got a 2-point lead over his opponent. Unlucky there. Couldn't get it round the net.
For details on this and other programs today, please visit our information counter on level 1. At Tampines Hub, there's something for everyone.
2-point lead restored. It's 5-3 to Kunting. Further extends it to 3. But couldn't build on that as his strike went straight into the net. The lead now cut to just 2 points. Hankai tried to get that down the line. Went over with that. It's now game point for Bae Kunting of Safra A. A comfortable 5-point lead as well. That serve goes straight into the net, so Kunting will pick up the first game in this singles match. Now the second game is about to begin. Hankai winning that point. Hankai caught out by the bounce. Got that all wrong. It looked like he had bounced nicely for a powerful shot. Wasn't enough control behind it. Hankai coming out on top in that sequence. Hits it long. Kunting now further extending his lead. He's now on 7 points, Kunting. Hankai pulling one back. Now just 1 point in it. Hankai has remained patient. Wasn't so lucky there. And again, the point going in Safra A's favor. Kunting winning it. Still 2 points in it. Hankai breathing down his neck. 8-9. Hankai serving. It's game point now for Kunting. And he wins it. That's 2-0. Kunting ensuring that Safra A ends the tournament on a high. Now Henkai makes his way back to the table. Kunting looks like he's in a rush. Already 2 games up. Perhaps he should be slightly bit more patient. Amidst all that rush, he hit that straight into the net. And he has to reserve. The first 2 points to Henkai. It looked like Kunting had read it well. He took a few steps to his right. Was in the right place. But put a little too much behind that.
Once again, just a gentle reminder to all participants, there will be a prize presentation after
Henkai couldn't get it over the net.
Remain to the end of the competition. Thank you very much. Once again, there will be a prize presentation right after the competition, so please, we will appreciate all players to remain.
Henkai winning another point. It's been a decent start for him here in the 3rd game. Now he leads 5-2. We'll be hoping that he can hold on to it this time around. Hits the net. Henkai will take the point. Henkai, just someone who loves to take his time with his serve. Just pay attention to it. Kunting comes alive. He reduces the deficit to just 1 point. Sent it the other way. Brilliant piece of play. Brilliant piece of play. Bae Kunting. 7-all here. Kunting in the lead. It's now 9-7. Bae Kunting smells blood. And it will be match point for that man in red. And Bae Kunting completes the sweep. He wins the singles match 3-0. And that means for the entire series, Safra A victorious 4-1 against Suns Sports Leisure. And that brings an end to all the table tennis action here on One Play Sports.